Hi, boys and girls. It's your old pal, Uncle Al, aka Diebulfrog79. Like and subscribe to my channel, Diebulfrog79, Old Uncle Al. And boys and girls, we're going to talk about go nuts or nuts. But also, I like to do a few things, shout outs, mentions, and stuff. First, go check out Hubble's Cat's video. It's a very good video. It's politics and prepping. Go also check out Prepper Princess's video, her where she fails in certain parts of her prepping, failed her. Go check out that video, Prepper Princess. And a lot of people, old school with a modern twist, check them out. They're always good. Brenda and James does a good job. Please check it out. And also, just in time prepping, tomorrow on Saturday, they're going to have at 7, I think. Uncle Alan's a little tired, and unlike Purple Princess, she's in the north part. I'm in the southern part of the Central Valley, where we're getting a lot of the other fire, and we're getting smoke from both fires into our area. Now, a lot of people wonder, well, Uncle Alan, aren't you going to talk about nuts? And we're not talking about nuts in politics. We're talking nuts in preppers. Now, like I said before in all my videos, I am not a prepper. I am a survivalist. And a good survivalist should have many viewpoints. And Hubble's Cat's trying to say that in his video, uh, Politics and Prepping. I might have, I'm conservative, I'm a right winger, I move that. But I don't like Democrats. I like Democrats by themselves, like Will on Just in Time Prepping. I think he's a great Democrat. I don't like corporate Democrats. I don't like Democrats in Washington. I don't like Democrats who's been in office for how long has Maxine Waters been in office? I don't even remember. I think she started in the early 70s and she's been there for years. And everybody else is trying to phase her out. All right. And she's the biggest crook of the in the Southlands. I mean, how much money does this woman need? She don't even live in her own district. A lot of people ask me, well, Uncle Alan, you always argue with Hubble's cat for good reason. Most politics and like poop are full of nuts. Now, if I was a politician, I'd get everything straight, but I'll probably get assassinated on the second year. We shot him dead. I don't like socialists, most of them, because they're bloody idiots. I do believe in socialized medicine at one point, but I don't believe in, well, we fit all our quota, you're not going to get any health care. I don't believe that part of socialized medicine. Or I don't believe in gun control. Because look at France. It has gun control, also has the worst black market for guns in the world. Okay? If you're going to do gun control, don't create another problem. That's all I say. Don't, if you're going to do something like Steve Foka, do not create another problem. Or was it Dad on YouTube? I can't remember. I'm just waiting for my meds to kick in and say, go to bed. Now, a lot of you don't realize Uncle Alan has asthma and a little bit of COPD. And my oxygen tanks are running low, so I got to be careful. Because everybody in the valley who has asthma or COPD are dying in their beds because the air is so bad. All right. I was smart. When I built this house, I built it airtight. I have evac systems, which recirculates the air and also filters the air. After this fire, I got to change my air filters. I have 4 air filters I got to change. Okay. See, Uncle Alan isn't stupid. I look stupid. I may be dense in the head. I might be a Republican. I might be a conservative, but I don't take chances. Okay? I've been through a lot. So Uncle Alan's very careful. Now, gun control, I don't really like because I seen Japan and I seen France. I seen Germany, which is Italy, Spain, ugh. Okay. Now a lot of people, when you go through that hodgepodge of gun laws, the criminals having a field day. They just laugh and move to the next market. In Australia, once they got rid of the semi-automatic rifles and weapons and stuff like that, do you know who made a lot of money? The triads, Chinese mafias, and the independents in Australia. Who suffered? The people. And who benefited the best? Bureaucrats and politicians. Now, did their life improve? No. Did crime go away? No. So if you're going to do gun control, make sure it's fair and doesn't cause unnecessary problems. Now in California, we're going to have a lot of unnecessary problems. And most of my criminal friends that I know are laughing their heads off. Okay? Crime has risen in California really bad. And reason why I don't like socialists or Democrats. They live in their own little fantasy world. I like listening to them. They have good ideas. I'm not against half of Hubble's cat's ideas. The other half, well, I need to listen very carefully and discuss about that to them and argue. But Hubble's cat proves to a point that we must be civil. And I forgot, there was a quote by Robert A. Henning about the downfall of a great republic when people stop listening to each other and act in an uncivilized manner. You have to read Robert Henning's quotes. It's a good quote. If I remember it, I had 2 strokes and I got brain lesions. And Hubble's cat should know like that. But and also was a socialist too. I can't remember where from Denmark that repeated that same phrase in 1950s. When we become a less civilized society and don't listen to the other side, we end up in anarchy like Sweden right now. We had the revolutionaries on one side, and we have the militarists or fascists on the other. And my friend Jordan Jakenberg, if you could spare a price of a soda, okay, I'm not a full-blown capitalist. I do capitalist viewpoints. This is going to be a long one. Sorry about that, kids. For a price of a soda, you can help out Jordan Jakenberg. It's going to be a rough winter, folks. Sorry about that. I have to drink ginger ale. Some of the medication might be coming back up and out to you. You don't want that. Now, before I go on nuts really quick, don't forget to harvest your local nut trees. Hickory nuts, acorns, beech nuts, and many other wild nuts, black walnuts, etc. have very high calories and have unique taste. Pecan is 196 calories. I'm looking this way because of my notes. English walnut is that's the lighter skin one. That's 185 calories. 10 less is the black walnut. Black walnut is native to America and has more properties that you use. And in another video, I'll tell you about that. It's about 175 calories. Now, a lot of people ask me, why are walnuts and pecans are so important? I'm going, you can make oil out of them. And let's see, and then we have almond and also chestnut and hazelnut. And each of them has different rates. And with almond, I know how to make almond milk. It's not a milk product because it's not like milk. And Hubble's cat, it has the same benefits. No, it isn't. They had a big legal battle over it. And I always tell a lot of people you should plant at least 2 or 3 nut trees. If you have a big enough property like the Shire, you should have a couple of trees planted out there. They're sturdy and they last through the snowy winters of Canada. Now, another thing I always push for this month, like my other books, I push for like diet and cooking and stuff. I push really hard the M1 carbine. Why? Because a lot of people can't shoot with a pistol. And take it from me, I got shot twice by a local police force. Not this area, but another area of California. Twice. Okay, and I don't have a bulletproof vest. And I'm scared of getting shot again. Oh, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was coming out with a bag of groceries, hobbling on a cane, and you're chasing a guy in his underwear with a sawed-off shotgun who is African American. Guy with cane and a bag of grocery, and who you should think they shoot? They missed the guy with a shotgun in his underwear at 6 feet 275 pounds, African American, dark skin. Who they shot 8 or 9 times? Well, actually 8 for me. 4 in the chest was Uncle Al. Okay, I get a little peed-out on that. If you want gun control, make sure you shoot the right person and not a small Asian guy hobbling out the store with a quart of milk and a dozen eggs. It's like, duh. And Hubble's cat will make some kind of magical unicorn rainbow excuse. That's fine. That's his opinion. I'll listen to it and I'll validate it. But I get upset if I get shot again. That's twice for California. Third time, I'm taking matters into my own hands. Okay, and I'm trying to not to go too far on this one, go nuts. DIY Solar. You have to get this book. Now, Hubble's cat got it and he's reading it. This is very important if you're doing homestead, solar, or homesteading on urban, suburban, country. You have to read it and understand it. It's really easy. It's the stuff you're doing already, but it'll help you out 100%. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, I wear a boonie hat. Yeah, I wear hats and stuff, but most of the time, Uncle Alan's just like this, a quiet man, retiring, and getting ready for anything. Now, unlike you kids, I went through a lot. I've been shot at, been blown up in a porta potty, had my retirement home burnt to the ground, had my other property blown up by FEMA and CAL FIRE. Oh, we're putting out the fire, Uncle Al, don't worry. And the whole damn hillside falls on my house and my property and my ranch. And I argue with Democrats and I argue with environmentalists. It's not the little beetles that are eating the trees, it's the magical spotted owl. And then I hear, Hubble's good argument on global warming, but everybody in the world gets it half right. And Uncle Alan gets half mad. Not totally upset, and not totally as a mad scientist, but they're only looking at one current. It's a great big underseas current. It's not only the Atlantic, that's the North Atlantic. A lot of people confuse with the Central Atlantic and the South Atlantic, Indian Ocean, the Pacific, Northern Pacific, Central Pacific, Arctic Ocean, and where all the climate computers are controlled by 33 nations, by their scientists, and who runs the computers? Certain corporations. So I agree with Hubble on certain things like that, but also I disagree on with certain things on socialism. Look at Venezuela, Argentina, certain countries that had socialist policies, and they didn't do too well. Now, those who had fascist governments did well until they put in a socialist government. Okay, next in the line is going to be Nicaragua. Why people are fleeing these countries? Sorry, I'm going a little bit too long, but boys and girls, but it's people don't look at different viewpoints. We will accept a few people coming into the country if they have valid reasons, but the rest of them, no. You don't speak Spanish. You're not from a distressed Latin American country, and you're African. You're an African, or you're Cuban, or you're Chinese, or Polish, or you're Middle Eastern refugees. It's like, we're sorry, we'll full up, go someplace else. Why don't you settle in Mexico, get your paperwork cleared up, then we'll let you in. But a lot of these people, like, oh, what? You killed people and chopped off their heads? You killed people and took their money? Oh, you ran a baby farm? You know, don't judge a book by its cover. And the media and the left, it's like, I don't watch TV that often. I watch local news because I know the people, I know where they live, and I give them my 2 cents worth. They do listen. But also at the same time, I don't want to hear national news because I swear to God, it's like all information, entertainment, or corporate matters, like Huble says, to sell products. Now, a lot of channels, like Huble says in his video, do sell a lot of things. And I hate flashlight videos. It's a flashlight. If we had an EMP burst and it wasn't protected, we won't have electric light. I'll be doing this by candlelight. Nobody ever talks about candles because candles don't make that much money. And I read comments like crazy. So like and subscribe to get my dinosaur out. Dino. Like and subscribe to Old Uncle Al, aka Diebulfrog79. And you have a nice night, folks. Night, Dino. Night, Uncle Al. And I do a kind of comedy bits because, like I said, preppers are a bunch of mixed nuts, roasted and salted. No, that's all I have to say. And remember, Uncle Alan's not a prepper. He's a survivalist. I have many viewpoints and I do listen. Thank you for watching my, long video. I try to keep it short. Catch you later, folks. Night, boys and girls.